Lowe's knows that free makes everything better. That's why our rewards members get free standard shipping on the things they need and want, starting at Silver Key status every day. Savings for rewards members add up fast, so why wait? Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
With Robinhood, not only can you trade individual stocks and ETFs, you can also seamlessly buy and sell crypto at low costs. Trade all in one place. Get started now on Robinhood. Trading crypto involves significant risk. Crypto trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Crypto LLC. Robinhood Crypto is licensed to engage in virtual currency business activity by the New York State Department of Financial Services. Crypto held through Robinhood Crypto is not FDIC insured or SIPC protected. Investing involves risk, including loss of principal. Securities trading is offered through an account with Robinhood Financial LLC, member SIPC, a registered broker-dealer.
It's KFI AM 640, and you're listening to The Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. That song used to be that was the opening of our old show, and I got an email last night from a lovely lady named Lori, and her mom's house was not burned to the ground, but burned up in Camarillo. And she said she listened to the station all day. She used to sing that Timmy Time theme song. She's going to be listening today, probably in her car, maybe at my house. Can you play that thing? I'll have her sitting around the radio at 4 o'clock. And I said, you got it. So Lori, and to Lori's mom, I hope everything's well up in Camarillo. And that is for you.
I had two people, oddly enough, over the weekend that I met that were big fans and have listened to you forever. And they both of them specifically brought up that theme song.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Hope and Tracy, shout out to you, both of them. They even knew all the words and started to sing it. I said, none necessary.
Wait, who are the people?
Hope and Tracy.
Hope and Tracy. Yep. All right, that's great. Okay, well, maybe Daly will have it, a shout out to somebody. Who knows? All right, but we do have some serious news going on. I've seen some of the homes up there in Camarillo. It is devastating for people who live up there. I watched on KTLA Chip Yost interview a guy who's 72. He lost everything. He lost his beautiful car that he's had for 60 years. Or 50 years. He's 72 years old. He's not going to rebuild. He just wants to sit in a camper or in a motorhome for 3 years and watch him rebuild. Plus, it's going to be nearly impossible, if not completely impossible, to buy fire insurance up there anymore.
Oh, yeah.
Once a fire comes through there, a lot of policies are canceled. They'll rebuild. You'll have the backing of the insurance company if you had insurance. But a lot of the policies are going to be canceled. A lot of policies will not be renewed, and you'll, for the most part, be on your own up there. And it's just a wave of the future. It's just there's too many disasters going on with hurricanes and fires and floods to protect all these homes. They just can't. Insurance companies can't do it anymore. Or else everybody's premiums would be, $30,000 a year. All right, let's talk to Kris Adler is up there. Kris, you're on KFI. How are you?
Hey, Tim. How's it going?
Good. So, unbelievable disaster. I've seen some people whose homes have survived up in that area, and they sometimes feel worse than the people who lost their homes. There's a tremendous amount of guilt that goes along with that.
Right. And it's been devastating for so many people who have lost their homes. Now, we're saying there's been dozens. There was aerial footage where some of the airborne reporters said they counted at least 83 homes that have burned. Wow. But fire officials will not give us a number because they say there's investigators on the ground and they want to do it right. They don't want to put a number out there. So they're going to go through it and assess the damage. And so they do not yet have a number, but aerial footage and reporters who have counted said at least 83. So we're saying dozens of homes right now. I'm sure you've seen the footage of people who are devastated. This fire broke out and spread so quickly because of the Santa Ana winds. And the firefighters say the Santa Ana winds are the greatest challenge that they're facing right now, because what happens, Tim, is if the fire breaks out, embers can be carried miles. And I spoke with a fire captain from CAL FIRE. He said one of the embers has spread 2 miles from the initial burn spot, creating another fire. And these fires can just continue to be picked up by the wind. And so that's the biggest issue that they're facing right now.
Right. And there was a rumor going around yesterday that the fire stations or fire engines or firefighters ran out of water. And then the fire chief came on today and said that's ridiculous. It didn't happen.
Well, so what they're saying is that, yes, it's it doesn't happen often, but they do, and they have to refill. And I'm watching as fire trucks are going down, refilling at certain stations. They're pulling water from the Santa Clara River. At some point the trucks run out and they have to refuel and get some more water.
Right.
They've been fighting this for over 24 hours now.
Yeah.
So, at some point, the water's going to run out, but they've got nearly 1,000 firefighters on deck that have been called in. I am in Santa Paula right now. I've seen firefighter crews from Torrance in the South Bay,
wow,
Santa Barbara, Redondo Beach fire. So they really have pulled all resources, Tim.
In watching this fire, what are the winds like today? Have they calmed down at all?
So they're pretty intense at moments. So I'm sitting at the base of a fire right now. It's pretty smoky. As you can tell, I have my mask on right now because the air quality is so bad. My eyes are burning actually as I'm speaking, but it comes in waves. So right now it seems pretty calm, and then all of a sudden a gust of wind will come, and you can see the flames from where I'm at. As the wind picks up, you see the flames burning and are blowing in the direction as to where the wind is going. So they are worried right now about a wind shift. So about 6 o'clock, they say that red fire alert is supposed to die down. But if the winds do shift, they have some offshore winds coming in that are actually going to be going against the Santa Ana winds.
Oh, good.
If the winds do shift, though, they're worried that it will rage through Santa Paula with more than 3,000 homes at risk.
My God.
And again, Tim, dozens of homes have already burned down. People didn't have much warning. They've had to evacuate. So there's evacuation centers scattered throughout Ventura County. Animals have been evacuated. And, when I was speaking to that fire captain, Thomas Schutz, he says seeing those homes burn down was just devastating.
And yesterday was not only a huge firefight, but also a huge life safety component, trying to just pull people out of their houses and save them. Really sad, but also very grateful that so far no major injuries and no fatalities reported.
And Tim, as I'm sitting here, helicopters and air tankers are flying through with retardant and water, trying to reduce the strength of this fire. But they weren't able to use those super scoopers that flew in from Canada earlier this year that come in for every fire season because the winds were so bad. They couldn't get the planes in the air. The winds are starting to calm down. So now before they were only able to use the choppers. Now they've got the planes. And so we're watching planes and helicopters just coming back like ships passing in the night, just back and forth.
Kris, are there any fires going on right now, or they have everything out?
So I'm at the base of a fire right now. There's a lot of smoke coming from the hillside in Santa Paula, but there are flames. It's not huge, but see, Tim, from Camarillo to Santa Paula, there are smoke spots. So you can see smoke coming from different parts of the hillside. It's scattered. So there's like 5 or 6 on my way to Santa Paula. There were like I would say about 4 or 5 smokestacks coming from the hillside. Flames, I'm not seeing a ton. I am seeing some flames from where I'm standing right now. I'm going to be going up a little bit further in as soon as as soon as I'm off with you, just to kind of get a better vantage point as to what's going on. But there are a lot of firefighters on this hillside right now.
I bet. All right, Kris, thanks for coming on with us. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, Tim. Thanks.
All right, thank you. Kris Adler up there in the fire in Camarillo and Oxnard and Santa Paula. It's been a disaster. 83 homes have burned. None of them worth less than $1 million, I imagine. Some of them probably worth $4, $5, $6 million.
Yeah, taking a look beforehand, like last night when they were doing the overhead shots, some of those estates, you could call them, were just astoundingly big.
And the poor people. I saw a woman interviewed today who had 6 dogs in a small car. She had a mansion. She had a huge, beautiful house. She used to have the neighbors over for dessert once a year for Christmas. She's had thousands of people stay with her. She brings in students, exchange students from overseas, always lets them stay in her house for free. And she's just done everything right in her life. And now she's got nothing. She's in the car, in this tiny, tiny little compact car with 6 dogs. And she sleeps in the car at night, and she has no idea what she's going to do. No idea. And those people that we're talking about, that Kris Adler's talking about, we're seeing on TV, these people are not 3,000 miles from us. These people are 10, 15, 20 miles from us. These are our neighbors. These are fellow Southern Californian neighbors. And so it's really hurtful to know that just, north of Thousand Oaks, in that area, in that beautiful valley up there, that these people are hurting like that. So I hope they can get some relief. And if there's any kind of, charity event going on, we'll be sure to mention it. But there's a lot of people up there without insurance and a lot of people who have nothing now. Absolutely nothing. I mean, just think what you would be like. You live in paycheck to paycheck, and now you're home and everything is gone. It's devastating.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
All right. The mountain fire out in Camarillo, it's devastating for a lot of people. Here's a family that has horrible luck. A family, they lost their house in the Thomas fire and moved to Camarillo to be safer.
About 200 homes in that neighborhood, of which 100 burnt down. And we didn't lose our home that time. We'd been there for 35 years, burnt everything around it. And we decided we were going to get out of the fire zone and the construction zone.
But it certainly seems to have worked out better. The buffer that the avocado groves and the golf course provide certainly prevented, I think, the majority of these houses, or any of these houses here, and it's about 80 houses, I think, from getting any real damage other than perhaps smoke.
The Gleasons recently remodeled their house using lessons they learned from the Thomas fire, such as not having any exterior vents into the attic where embers can get inside.
That's smart. Yeah, it's smart, but it creates other problems. You got to have air up there. We'll talk to Dean Sharp around 6:20 on what you can do to keep your home from burning up. This guy in Camarillo, his home for nearly 40 years destroyed.
We would celebrate Christmas Eve here every year, and Thanksgiving, and those memories we have, but the place is gone.
Steve Taylor's Camarillo home he's owned for nearly 40 years, a pile of ashes and debris. It's one of many the mountain fire burned along Valley Vista Road.
I was in Thousand Oaks, and I got a call from my son around 9:20 saying, "Dad, there's a fire in Moore Park," and I'm like, holy cow. Knowing what's happened with the winds, because they were howling, and I got up on the roof, and the ladder's still right over there. I got up on the roof and started hosing down the roof, and then it just started coming, and they started evacuating us.
Steve and his brother Tim coming back to survey the home, taking time to water their next-door neighbor's property as a layer of protection against embers being blown by strong Santa Ana winds.
We had no idea until we saw it on the news.
Yeah.
Saw the house. It was like, oh my God.
I didn't put the one out on my house, but at least I put out my neighbor's. How's that?
But several hours later, the shed Steve had temporarily extinguished was fully engulfed. A water drop attempt from above first, before fire crews later rushed in to get a handle on the flames. As we get a closer look at the devastation here in this community, another hard-hit area is here on Esteban Drive. Property after property burned to the ground, and vehicles like these parked here on the street completely torched. With electricity out, it was glowing embers that continued to light up the sky into Wednesday night, and the flashing lights of fire engines from all across Southern California, fighting the wind gusts and working nonstop to save as many homes as possible.
They were overwhelmed. They were overwhelmed by just the veracity of this wind and the sheer magnitude of it. And it all happened in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, very short period of time. Those fires, when I was a kid, if there was a fire in Thousand Oaks and fueled by these Santa Ana winds, it would take sometimes a day or 2 days to get to the ocean. Now it takes a half hour. And I don't know what happened. I don't know if we're drier than usual or if the winds are stronger than usual. But again, when I was a kid, you would slowly see these fires burn a mile a day, maybe 2 miles. And now they can burn 10 to 15 miles in an hour. It's incredible. It's unbelievable. Hopefully the winds have calmed down a little. I think they're shifting, and and maybe they'll get some relief up there.
Still working, so we're still not completely out of the woods. There are still some concerns, especially in those fire zones. We are still in that Santa Ana profile, northeast winds coming from the east towards the west over those fire zones. Now, we can see the speeds of these winds are down a bit now, under 20 miles per hour in Santa Paula at 18. Still right up there, fairly high right now for Camarillo at 29, 26.
Around 29 miles an hour, still in Camarillo. And you heard when Kris Adler was on with us, you could hear the wind on her microphone.
Camarillo at 29, 26 around Moore Park. Close to the coast, Daniel Oxnard, 10 miles per hour winds. So those are those steady winds. The gusts are a little bit stronger, of course. So that in mind, here's what we're looking at. The red flag warning in effect now. Some of the areas here will go off.
Okay, when we come back, we're going to have Steve Krieger on. He is a retired captain from LA County Fire, and he'll give us an idea of how tough it was to fight this fire, because he's been a firefighter for a long time. He recently retired. I think he's been there for 40 years. And this is the firefighter's worst nightmare. There's 1,000 of them up there, 1,000 firefighters, assistants coming from all over California, all over Southern California. We'll ask him about that as well. And also about taking a helicopter and dumping water on a house. Steve Gregory has his theory on why they don't do that. We'll ask Steve Krieger his theory as well.
And they, by the way, they haven't given us a number yet, but they do say it's more than 20,000 now, just edification.
More than 20,000
acres.
Oh my God, that is unbelievable. And at least 83 homes that we know of. Yes. At least 83.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
You know what that means? We got a high-speed pursuit. Channel 4, Channel 5, both on it already. Ding dong. We got a high-speed chase. Oh, man, the first one of the week. High-speed chase on Channel 5 and Channel 4. It looks like Crozier, North Hollywood, Magnolia is at our 170 freeway.
Looks like
That's where you used to hang when you came out here.
Back, yeah.
I used to live there on NoHo 14, a big apartment building right there, right at that exit. Oh, man. Very familiar with it.
That might be near my park?
Yeah, it is. They went right past your park.
Nice.
Now it's on all the stations. Where is that? What'd you say, Angel?
I just said I saw Crozier's tree.
Oh,
in the background, yeah.
All right, we're all on it now. 754. Everybody's on top of it now. Oh, we can see the helicopters. Yeah. Oh, yeah, you can see them from our window. You can see some of the helicopters. All right, that's kind of crazy. We got a van. We got a man in a van or a woman in a van.
You think he can?
And he said he doesn't like. He did something the cops didn't like, and now he's going northbound, I believe, or is it southbound?
Looks like northbound.
It says southbound on the TV, but I think that's northbound.
5, it said northbound.
Okay.
Yeah, I got him going northbound.
Northbound. All right, we're all going northbound towards Burbank, Oxnard. Victory is up next. Victory Boulevard is up next. There's a painter's van next to it, some kind of red, white, and blue crazy.
Man in the van's next to another painter's van.
Oh, he's going to get some free publicity. He's smart. He's smart. He's got his, work van there. He's his red, white, and blue, maybe a Trump truck. Who knows? But it looks like, if you don't mind me observing, the van that's running away from the cops, the back window, passenger or driver's side back window looks custom. Looks like
a good way to put that.
Home job. Somebody at home decided they could do a better job with the window, or the guy didn't have the dough to do it. Either way, he's now going very slowly because there's a lot of traffic there. Angel, what does the traffic look like ahead of this pursuit?
So on that 170 northbound, that's where it's pretty stacked all the way to the 5 freeway.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and if he doesn't have another passenger, he can't use that diamond lane. And he's not going to break the law, so he's going to have to sit in this traffic.
That's right.
Yeah, there we go. Ding dong. Hey, you know what, Angel? When you go to a traffic light, you see the sensors, underneath. So their weights.
Yes.
If you have a heavy, not a heavy car, but any kind of metal over it, it'll signal that you're there waiting for the light. The freeway has the same crap.
They do for speed.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, you can.
I just saw that.
Caltrans has a bunch of different monitors set up, and it determines how fast the traffic is flowing through that area.
Okay.
And so, when you look at the map and you see the red lights or the yellow lights, that's what those those little indicators in the ground are for.
Okay. All right. So we're watching them right now. 170 northbound. That's the extension of the 101 comes out of downtown, and then the 101 goes south or north, and then the 170 continues, and that's where he is right now. There's a van, a red, white, and blue van in front of him, trying to get some publicity for his company. Doing a great job. I can't read the number of the company, the name of the company on it. I think it's that chicken place, but it looks like an air conditioning repair guy. But it also could be a restaurant. I don't know. But that's a great idea. You hook up, you follow this guy, as long as the cops aren't going to arrest you too, which they might. They might. But this guy is fleeing from the cops. The 170 North. If you're on the 170 North, coming up behind you, you're going to get a lot of action, a lot of cops, a lot of helicopters. You can see above you. There's a lot of cars that are trying to avoid this guy. And it's going to be jammed all the way to the 5 freeway, which is about 4 or 5 miles from where he's at right now. We'll come up on Victory, Van Owen. I think he's already passed Victory. So you got Van Owen, and that'll get you into, I don't know, I think the next exit after Van Owen is probably Sherman Way, and then there might be one more before the 5 freeway. And so he's getting pretty close. I think Roscoe's an exit out there. So he's getting pretty close. There's a helicopter, a cop helicopter, police helicopter overhead. There are all the news stations are on this. I don't see Channel 2 on it, but we do see 4 is on top of it. And so they're doing a great job. 7 is on top of it as well. And I think that's it. I'm turning on Channel 2. I don't see it on Channel 2 yet. So Channel 2, a little late to the party. But I think they're still in the Judge Judy hour. But you'll see it on 4. Turn on 4, 5, 7 is on it. And you can see this chase. I don't know if our kids over at Channel 11 are on it or not. I'll check now for you in case you don't get those other stations. No, 11 is not on it. TMZ Live is on it. All right, so that's right there. That's the Sherman Way exit and the overpass, the pedestrian overpass of the 170 freeway. It looks like he's pulling over, but that could be deceiving. I don't know. Maybe he's not ready to pull over yet. LAPD is the main pursuer, I believe, and probably out of North Hollywood Division, right off of Burbank there and the 170 freeway.
And bear in mind, this is a little bit more serious than usually, because usually it's like a stolen vehicle or something like that. This is an alleged shooting suspect, and they say they do suspect he still has a gun with him.
Oh, boy. Okay, so this one will not. If this gets a high speed, they're not going to let this guy go. They're going to stay with this guy all the way to the end. The shooting suspect, he's locked in. Sherman Way overhead right now, and you can see the traffic on Sherman Way on the overpass is jammed, on the freeway is jammed as well. Northbound at 445 seems like a pretty a good amount of traffic, and a usual amount of traffic for that area. Angel, what do you see on the 5 freeway? Because you can't go south on the 5 freeway from the 170. You have to go north. What do you see on the northbound?
Well, it's pretty heavy ahead, but it opens up just before the 118. So it looks pretty crowded to just about Terabella. And beyond, you've got some more slowing where the 405 merges into the 5 all the way to about Calgrove in the Newhall area.
Oh, okay. All right. People going home to Santa Clarita, Palmdale, the Lancaster, that whole run up there. That's always jammed. Always jammed up there. Always. He's passing a place where they have storage units, which is every other business in North Hollywood in that area. Every other business, it's storage. People have all their crap in storage, and they have it everywhere in that area. Boats, cars, clothes, furniture, and they pay $200-300 a month for crap that they can't get rid of, but they don't want in their house either.
It's like the old Carlin bit, place for your stuff.
That's right, a place for your stuff. And then when you go, that's great.
What do you think the odds are that this guy's listening to you?
I don't know. In that kind of van, AM radio is probably the only thing he does have that's working. So I bet he is. I bet he is. Look, if I was running from the cops, I'd have KFI on. You would have to. What the hell? He's using his turn signal like he's going to pull over, but I don't see him actually pulling over.
He's very law-abiding, that guy.
Yeah, I think he might be duking the cops with that turn signal. And yet, look, another storage place, another public storage place. They're all over that area. Motorhomes, boats, cars, furniture, all that crap. It's all in that area, all of it. And if you are into storage, we had a storage bin for a while. You go there the first time, every week or two and put stuff in or take stuff out, and then you leave it for 9 years.
Yes.
It comes out of your checking account or your credit card, and you get angry that you're paying the $130 a month, and you never do anything about it. It just stays there. All right, we're keeping an eye on this chase. 170 northbound, coming out of North Hollywood, approaching the 5 freeway. If you're in that area, watch out. Coppers behind you and traffic in front of you.
You're listening to Tim Conway Jr. on demand from KFI AM 640.
KFI AM 640, it's Conway Show. We got a high-speed pursuit. They've jumped off the freeway. He pulled over like he was going to give up, and he's rolling again. He's got a dog.
Yeah, there's a dog in the car.
Oh,
He has a dog?
Yeah, in the front seat. And with the seatbelt on, looks like.
It was in the center console at one point, and I was like, is that his hand? Because all I saw was the head. I thought it was a hand or something like that. Now he's in the passenger seat, and now he's pulled over again on the side of the road.
Yeah, he's, I believe, on Roscoe, or is that Sheldon?
He's on Sheldon Street. He's right in between the 170 and the 5, and he's traveling southbound now.
He's on the move again. He's moving out again. He's coming up on... he's on Sheldon's moving southbound? Yes. Okay. All right. This
Coming up on
high-speed
the
pursuit.
170.
He's a shooting suspect. Yeah. I got, evidently, allegedly, shooting.
With the dog.
Shot.
I mean, he didn't shoot the dog, but he's got the dog with him.
He's got his doggy. What happens in that case? What happens to the dog? They take it to a shelter?
Yeah, I think so. Animal control, take him into the shelter.
Oh, that's sad. At the end.
Might be part of evidence at that point.
Yeah, I know. Right?
It's a witness.
Yeah, but, that dog, I think, if it has a new owner, might sleep for a couple days. This guy has him real busy. This guy's busied that dog up pretty good. He's got 900 cops behind him, 4 helicopters, 5 helicopters over him, a lot of sirens, a lot of lights, a lot of action. And that dog just wants to eat and, take a duty. That's all they do. Eat, sleep, and duty. That's all they do.
Don't we all?
I wish we could all do that. I always thought, our dog Ernie, who recently passed away, and I really miss that guy. But, man, he had it going. He would sleep all day. He'd sleep 20 hours a day. And then he'd get up to eat, go to the bathroom, and then go to sleep. Man, does that guy had it made.
To be a dog, man.
Oh, yeah. Angry as hell, though. Bit everybody.
All right, slowing down again on Arleta Avenue.
All right, and he's I don't know what's going on with that back window there. What he did with it. Maybe that's to pick up chicks. I don't know. Maybe girls are into that. That kind of a custom door. And the paint job on the hood is going to need some attention as well.
The lack of, yeah.
Yeah. But the van has seen better days. I always think of that van rolled off a lot, 8, 9, 10 years ago, brand new, had its whole life in front of him. And now it's being chased by cops, and they're probably going to pit this guy, and that dog's going to go flying.
I can't tell. He's either got the dog's got like a vest on.
I wonder if they're more cautious about pitting a car with a dog in it. I don't know. Maybe, especially if those cops have dogs. They probably are. But it looks like that dog has a seatbelt on.
That's what I thought at first too. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Got to give him points for that.
Did this guy steal this car? Because maybe the dog was in the car when he lifted.
That would have been.
It's a little pug.
It is a pug?
And I believe the driver may be female.
Really? Wow.
Wow.
What's the sex of the dog? Anything? Nothing yet?
Nothing yet.
Is it neutered?
Nothing on that yet.
All right. So we got at least one human and one doggy. And they're right now on Arleta Avenue where is that? Still North Hollywood? Or is that, are we going to Sylmar?
I think we're in Pacoima now.
Pacoima.
Heading into Pacoima.
Or Sun Valley.
Arleta, Pacoima.
Osborne and...
Is that 7 saying that it is Arleta?
7 says Arleta. 5 says Arleta, yeah. No, Arleta Avenue.
And then Montague Street.
Yeah. In Arleta. Yeah, Arleta. Okay.
Arleta.
And Old Boats is the key for the backyards in this area.
Right, kidding, man.
Old Boats,
I think
man.
I've seen 3.
God. I think Arleta means old boats in Spanish.
And they're not on like boat trailers. They're just sitting on the ground.
They've sold the trailer.
Leaning over. Oh!
And again, that boat at one point was new. People were water skiing behind it. It looked great. Now it's in Arleta on the ground. It's where boats go to die. Old Boats, man. Hey, how you doing? Where you living? Old Boats. Oh, you're in Arleta. All right. How's it going? Good. Got all my crap in storage in Arleta. All right. How's it going? Not good. Not good at all. Not good.
You should tell by the boat.
Yeah. And then the do-it-yourself car washes. Yeah. That's what you get there. Arleta is home with a do-it-yourself car wash and storage. That's all you get out there. Occasionally a 7-Eleven, but mostly just self-storage and do-it-yourself car washes. Those are the staples of Arleta.
Yeah, I think the dog has one of those little 4-point harnesses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's good. I mean, that's good. The guy's concerned about his dog or whoever's dog that is.
Yeah.
Or lady, yeah. That van is, I think it's over. I think it's on its last legs. I don't think that van could handle a pit. I don't think that van can handle spikes either.
Think it'll roll or just disintegrate?
I think that van is about to give its tires up or hands up or something. It's not. Oh, he's going to get on the freeway here, I bet. Or she. Yeah, she's going to get on the freeway. So she's going to get back on the freeway here. I imagine it's going to be southbound on the 170 or the 5, whatever freeway that is.
I think that's a 5.
It's a 5? Okay. And we're going to go southbound? Looks like it might be southbound. Where's I-5 north? But again, it's going to be slow moving to get a lot of traffic here.
Looks north again, right?
Yeah, it looks north. It looks north.
There's the dog.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh. He's cute.
Doggy. Yeah. Look, the dog's probably, he's got stories to tell now to other dogs. Very rarely are they in high-speed pursuits.
It's a lot of street cred for a little dog like that.
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on this lass or this lad who's driving and see what happens to that dog. Maybe somebody can adopt it. Who knows? But I always feel bad for the innocent people, the innocent, in this case, the innocent dog that's sitting there with this woman. And I don't know, maybe that shield in the back is for the dog, right? Keep the sun out of the dog's eyes. Who knows? But we are live on a high-speed pursuit. LAPD, northbound 5, Angel. Is that true? Is that correct?
Yes, at Terabella.
Northbound 5. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a high-speed pursuit live right here on KFI AM 640.
Conway Show on demand on the iHeartRadio app. Now, you can always hear us live on KFI AM 640, 4 to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and anytime on demand on the iHeartRadio app.